we just trust God and show up, he'll always give us our words. He'll always give us the message that's most important to him. And honestly, the less I overplanned and the less that I over scripted anything and just kind of was like, God, you better give me the words today because I don't know what this is going to be all about. Those were usually the best episodes.
You're listening to the Big Ideas Podcast with Ashlee Ilg. Tune in for honest conversations as we pursue bold dreams, redefine what is possible, and empower the next generation to live big. You'll hear stories that prove over and over again that just because something wasn't a part of our plan doesn't mean it won't be used for our good. Whether you're already an entrepreneur, you dream of becoming one, or you're raising the next generation of entrepreneurs, this podcast is for you. There's no time to waste on your big ideas. So let's get started. Here's your host, Ashlee Ilg.
Hey friends, welcome back to the Big Ideas Podcast. This is such a fun episode and you guys are about to find out why. This is a really fun season finale and 52 episode finale, which for us is huge. It's a huge milestone for us, which is why all of the crowd is here right now. Everybody say hi.
Hello. Hi.
So we've got Owen, Dylan, Gavin, Hannah, and Liam here with us today. Liam is skipping his nap because he wanted to join this podcast so much. But what we're going to do today, it's going to be obviously super casual. We have no idea what's going to happen here with the toddler. But really, we just wanted to celebrate this milestone with everybody because it feels so rewarding. And, you know, we're going to get into kind of how this podcast started, some of the fun behind the scenes memories of some of our favorite moments, a lot of what we learned and a lot of the growth that happened along the way. And definitely a huge thank you. And I'm just going to let the kids kind of share their gratitude with all of y'all who have been listening along the way and subscribing and sharing all of the episodes and just helping this dream just really come to life for us. So, you guys just ready to jump into this episode?
Yeah.
Jump in.
Yeah.
Let's jump in. Okay, so let's start with the moment 52 episodes ago when we had no idea what we were doing. And the idea of having a podcast was sort of rolling around in my head. I knew it was something that sounded like it would be fun to inspire others for big ideas. And I literally walked into the office where Owen had his PC set up and looked around and realized, oh my gosh, we literally already have a podcast studio in our house. And for any of y'all who know me, sometimes the details can kind of get in my way in my own thinking. And this was just one of those moments where the possibility of doing something, starting small, doing something maybe a little bit imperfect, and removing what in my head was a really big obstacle in terms of tech and knowing how to edit and doing all of the things that like literally make a podcast come to life were just completely extinguished. And I realized, oh my gosh, I have an Owen and he is brilliant. He's already been learning all of the things that it would take to produce a podcast, to edit the video, to edit the sound. He had, like I said, all of the equipment to make all of that happen already. And when I presented the idea to Owen and Dylan originally, they were just completely on board from day one. And that to me was just a huge encouragement for me to say, okay, we're just doing this. And so, yeah, like I said, that was 52 episodes ago. And Dylan lined up our intro music that we used originally. We fit it in during Liam's nap times. And if he wasn't napping, then Gavin and Hannah were on duty to kind of keep him quiet and keep our dog Oliver from barking. And we just kind of crossed our fingers and hoped for the best. So Owen and Dylan, do you guys remember how nervous and kind of cringy those first episodes were? They weren't cringy, but they were just
Cringy.
Yeah, they were definitely
Well,
cringy.
I mean, do you remember though? We were so nervous.
You know, like
Hey,
that.
Liam, do you want to say hi?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, go ahead. Your mic's
Come on,
on.
it doesn't work.
It's working. Go ahead. They can hear you.
Hello? It doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they
working.
hear you.
Mom, I need.
All right. So Liam is going to pop on in a bit and say hello a little bit more. But
Mommy.
do you guys, Owen, Dylan, do you guys remember when we used to keep track of who said the most? Because it
Yeah.
was so bad. Yeah.
I remember that.
You guys were like, Mom, you said like 800 times. And I was like, I'm trying not to. Yeah.
You just
And
said right now.
yeah, I know. I still do it.
Okay.
It's just a casual word.
I know. And then we Owen has a little like soundboard thing, and so we would push pause like every 5 seconds to like get ourselves together, to like gather our thoughts or keep each other on point. Or do you guys remember how many times we would push pause?
Oh yeah, probably like 20 times per episode.
Yeah, it was a lot. And that was one of the reasons we didn't do video at first, which still, I mean, doing not video is probably still our comfort zone. But here we are making a video so everybody can see all of the behind the scenes of what goes into making this work, and whether we're doing it well or not. I don't know that really matters right now. And so we didn't have video. We had a broken mic arm. It creaked every time we moved it.
Now.
Yeah, Gavin inherited it, but it was like, oh, and what would you say about that? And like this huge like arm creak across the.
I have no idea what happened to it. It just randomly started squeaking.
Yeah.
You gotta tighten it a lot.
Yeah.
That's what I have to do.
Yeah. Hey friend, I wanted to take a quick pause to ask if you've taken the quiz yet to find out what type of dreamer are you. It's super important to discover what's working for you, but also some things that may be keeping you from really pursuing your greatest purpose. It takes just 2 minutes to find out if you're the skimboarder, the sunbather, the sandcastle builder, or the surfer babe. So jump over to dreamerquiz.com and be sure to share your results and tag me in it. Now back to the show. Yeah, but we were definitely nervous, definitely excited, but just like I said, trying to be a living example of like, you can start imperfect, you can start with a small idea and it can grow. And I'm a huge believer that when we do that, we give other people permission to show up and, you know, use their inspiration as well. So, all right, that's how we got started. That was sort of the early days. It is really fun to go back and listen to how much has changed since then. We've added, you know, new intro thanks to my sister-in-law. We changed the music up a little bit. Owen, we'll get into some of the upgrades that you've done as well. But why don't we go around, and if you guys want to say thank you, just show some appreciation to our listeners, to all the families that have joined us on this season, for this year, the first 3 seasons anyway. We'll just go down the line, Gav.
Thank you guys so much for watching all of the podcasts. I'm not usually in all of them. I've been in like 2. I've been in Hey Batter, which you guys can go watch right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, just thank you so much.
Do you remember the other episode y'all were in? Do you remember?
Wait.
Wasn't that?
Habits of a Winner.
Yep.
We were all in that one too before.
Wasn't there an Easter one? Didn't
I
we do
think you guys were on the Easter one too. Yeah. Episode 7 is Habits of a Winner. That was one of our most listened to. We did not have video for it yet. That's one of our most listened to episodes though. So you guys definitely added a lot to it. And Hannah, you were on that one too. But what did you want to say to everybody to show your appreciation? What did you want to say? Do you want me to come back to you?
Yes. Come back to me, please.
Okay.
I haven't thought of what I'm gonna say.
I just want to thank y'all for watching all the episodes. I loved editing them and putting them all together. It's been fun.
Mom, we're done.
I'm especially
Oh, yeah,
thank you to
no.
everybody, definitely just for watching the podcast, taking the time out of your day.
Yeah.
Coming to the camera. There we go.
But yeah, just thank
You're
you.
going off the
Oh,
Oh
okay.
my gosh.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Look forward to making all the other podcasts, like new seasons. Yeah.
Yeah. So Hannah, we're just going around saying thank you. Did you want to say
Good job.
Just say thank you.
You can say thanks.
Thank you everybody for watching our videos and whoever watched them from the beginning.
Yeah.
And we're here now.
Yeah. That's fun.
You've just been here for the journey.
Yeah. For those of y'all who kind of believed with us for this big idea since episode 1 and you're still listening, that's super fun. I'm glad you said that, Han. Yeah. And so we're going to just briefly kind of go through like some of our favorite moments, some of our like most memorable moments, which maybe they weren't our favorite, but they are definitely part of the memory box there. I would say, well, I'll let you guys go first. Do you guys remember anything that you want to share for one of your most memorable ones?
For what again?
Your most memorable or favorite?
Of like just making.
Recording and making them, and not even necessarily like while we were behind the camera, but like I mean a lot of our homeschool days would be kind of set up around what the podcast schedule needed to look like when we started batch recording and things like that.
Yeah.
Any top memories you guys want to share?
Well, whenever we did it, I remember me falling off a chair whenever I was doing
I
it. I was
remember
sitting
that.
down and then I fell off the chair.
I remember that.
I'm sure we hit pause during that, so yeah, that's awesome. Do you guys remember like Oliver barking?
Oh yeah, he would be scratching
There was
against
there
the
was a-
door.
There was someone at the door and then
He would start barking. That was really annoying.
Does anybody want to tell the ceiling story?
me.
Oh boy.
So, Liam, do you want to tell the story of when the
Yeah.
water pipes broke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the water came down and me. Wait, who was thinking about?
Yeah. But where did the water come down?
Oh, it was from the
The main water pipe?
water pipe.
Yep. Which ceiling was it?
Oh, it was an office one.
Yeah, it was right above the podcast studio. Yeah. And what got wet?
Owen's PC.
What got wet?
Everything.
Yeah.
All this
Oh,
early
he's
stuff.
Yeah.
So we had to relocate the whole setup, and thankfully nothing was lost and nothing was ruined, right? Were we so thankful we were able to turn off the water? Anything you wanted to add?
I think Liam got all of it.
Yeah, so that was a big moment.
Whole office flooded.
Yeah, and then we thought we
Actually.
could record with like my PC setup, and I recorded an entire episode with Meg
Oh
Angie.
gosh, I remember this.
Lost the whole thing over an hour's worth of content, and she was so gracious, and it worked out fine because we just got another chance to talk and hang out. But yeah, that was definitely a big learning lesson and just big pivot during the season. I would say the biggest thing that I learned that was maybe unexpected
it was
can I talk for 1 second? Was how much I needed these episodes, maybe even more so than I thought anybody else needed them. And whether it was season 1, where it was me and the kids sitting around talking about big ideas and just success mindsets and doing hard things, or season 2 was really focused on empowering like our kid entrepreneurs for Kids Business Day, and we did a lot of short episodes and interviews for that, or our most recent season 3, where I was just honored to interview a lot of other moms and women entrepreneurs and creatives who are just pursuing big dreams and just kind of facing big plot twists and just watching God kind of work everything out for our good. All of those conversations, whether they were solo episodes or interviews, they were just so inspiring to me, and just reminding me that if we just trust God and show up, He'll always give us our words. He'll always give us the message that's most important to Him. And honestly, the less I overplanned and the less that I like over scripted anything and just kind of was like, God, you better give me the words today because I don't know what this is going to be all about. Those were usually the best episodes. And so yeah, I learned so much this episode or this season, this year, and I'm thankful for all the content we were able to do. So guys, was there anything that you didn't realize you were going to learn? Or Owen, I mean, you could talk now too about things that you learned that we shifted as we went, because if you listen to episode 1, which is called What is the Big Idea, compared to like episode 50 tech wise and like intro and music and all of those
And our voices.
yeah, the boys' voices changed. And Hannah's probably did too, but everybody just sounds more grown up over the course of the year. But why don't you talk about some of the tech or just like platform building and like personal growth that you had over the year?
Probably some of the main things I've learned is like editing styles for like interviews, and I've done like different settings for the microphones.
Yep.
Learned a lot of audio things.
Yeah.
And just a lot of podcast experience.
Well, and when we shifted to video, you had to learn all of that. We had to do some lighting upgrades. You also greeted all of the women that we interviewed for season 3.
Yep.
And you did all their sound checks.
Mhm.
So you were the first voice that they saw before they joined for the recording.
Yeah.
That was fun. What would you say you learned about like time management and just like taking ownership as like the producer of the show?
Well, yeah, because you would want the episode done before like Wednesday at like a certain time. So I would just, download the episode, then I'll go through and edit it all. You'll send me the thumbnail for it, and then I'll, go ahead and upload it.
Yeah, and I said I need these done by this time. Go ahead and schedule it, and you did for the most part. We had a couple times where I was like, no, like I need it now, especially because we did learn that batch recording was a really big helpful approach for us. Again, because we did this in the entire year. So as y'all can imagine, we went through Christmas, we went through holidays, we went through busy homeschool seasons where we didn't have as much margin as we might have at other times of the year. And so I would say one of the biggest things I learned that we will definitely continue to do is batch recording them. And then I would give Owen, you'd have like several episodes to edit all at once. And then you'd go ahead and just schedule them out. And then we'd have like several weeks, even over a month sometimes, of just stuff that was already kind of pre-planned and already kind of set. So a little more planning up front on those, but I think that worked really well for us. So yeah, you did really good with that.
Yeah.
Anything you guys else want to add about things you learned or maybe that you
more
didn't
confident speaking in front of a camera.
Oh yeah.
It's harder than you think.
Yeah, it takes more work.
It takes more work than you expect.
Yeah, it's more than just showing up and talking and calling it a day, right?
Yeah.
A lot of back end work. Yeah, but it's fun. It's worth it. Yeah, would you agree to that?
Definitely worth it.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah.
It's fun. Why do you think it's worth it?
Because it's fun and it's cool that you have your own podcast and
Do you think it helps other people?
yeah.
And sometimes once you get really famous, you can just walk down the park and they'll be like, "Oh, I've listened to your Big Ideas podcast. Really like this one and this one. All that."
Well, I think it's funny that you said really famous because you've had people do that at like the ball field and stuff. Like, hey, I heard your podcast, and you're like, oh, I didn't realize people were listening to it that I know. Yeah, that's fun. Little local fame. All right. Well, any closing thoughts? I do want to let y'all know that this is the end of our first run with our 52 episodes, but we are in no way planning to wrap up, for good or anything like that. Season 4 is definitely coming. We have big plans already underway with more guests, new themes, a little mini series coming. We've kind of toyed around with the idea of maybe creating some merch or yeah,
That'd
so
be cool.
They're totally on board with that. We might have to get some listener input on what would make sense. So we are definitely excited about what is coming with season 4. If you have any guest recommendations or topic ideas that you'd like us to cover, feel free to contact us on my form at ashleeilg.com, and you can send us any recommendations or ideas that you want us to include for future episodes. But I've got a couple final things to wrap up with. Is there anything else you guys wanted to add for this? Just any closing thoughts or big takeaways? You guys good?
Why do you keep looking at me?
Over there.
We covered it all.
Yeah.
Well, I think the biggest thing is just thank you so much for joining us for all of these sweet moments and for sure for celebrating this big milestone with us today. This podcast started with a bunch of nervous voices, a broken mic, and just a little glimmer of like what could happen if we followed these big ideas. And what it's grown into just over these 52 episodes has just been a huge gift for us, for me, and hopefully for all of y'all listening as well. And so to all of you listening who have subscribed, who are just sharing these episodes and just been an encourager along the way for this year, thank you so much. We are grateful for you, and even more so that we hope that these episodes always remind you that God can also use your imperfect obedience to build something meaningful too. And like I said, we're already dreaming big for season 4. We're gonna have more stories, more guests, more truth, and of course more episodes that remind you to live boldly, love faithfully, and follow those God-given ideas that won't just leave you alone and that keep you up at night. And so if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe, keep sharing, and we will see you next season. And of course,
wait, aren't we on Spotify too?
Yeah,
Spotify.
yeah, we're on a bunch of platforms. You guys know where to find us. But as always, keep your big ideas coming, and we will see you next season. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Hey friends, thanks so much for tuning in today. Before you go, it would mean the world to me and my family if you would share this episode with at least one person who you think might benefit from this message. And of course, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. You can also follow me at Ashlee Ilg on Instagram to keep up with our adventures and for continued encouragement as you pursue your big ideas. Thanks again for joining us. Until next time.